Have you ever wondered why a few people's careers absolutely soar, whereas the immense majority remain as headcount? Hello, this is Michael Zeischer, and this is the 60th in a series of short videos designed to help executives and entrepreneurs succeed with their enterprise. And with that, let us consider our first introductory slide. The title of this presentation is How to Skyrocket Your Career, or Your Ticket to the Big Leagues. And I am going to be using my own book. It is called Zeischer's Practical Handbook of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, and it comes from Chapter 6, Entrepreneurial Personalities, and specifically 6.3, Careers Suggested by MBTI Typology. So since we're going to be talking about careers, let's define what your career is about. A career, or your career, is a series of positions that you would hold within your occupation and your mobility within your organization. But there is a big difference between a career progression and a career advancement. And that is something that we're going to discuss right now. So what is a career progression? A career progression, I'm going to give you 3 examples. A career progression is something where new possibilities are opening up to you within the organization and you take advantage of it. A career progression would be that you continue as time goes on to strengthening your skills. And this is something that a lot of people actually would call climbing the ladder. Now, what about an advancement? An advancement is reaching a top position within the organization. An advancement certainly would be to achieve your specific goals and ambitions. And the other one, which is really very important, is lifelong learning. And this is particularly important in the knowledge-intensive industries. So let's look into career progression with greater detail. A progression is something where you continue to increase in your responsibilities. And as your responsibilities increase, you can certainly expect a salary advancement. A progression in your career certainly would be if you can be recognized by your peers as an expert. And another one which is important, if this is something that you're interested in doing, is achieving top management potential. That is to say that you are considered to be top management timber. Now, if you do career progression, then you can go into career advancement. So what is a career advancement? Let's talk about that for a minute. A career advancement is that if you have a formal title change, and with a formal title change, you can expect a significant increase in your compensation. Now, let's make a distinction between a salary advancement in a progression. When you increase your responsibility, you certainly will get a salary advancement. But when you get a formal title change, your compensation increase will be significantly higher. Well, at this point, if this is what you want, you can certainly reach an executive level responsibility. And with an increase in responsibility, of course, you have greater authority. And if this is something that you aspire, you can get into a C-level title. A C-level title is a chief level title. So for example, a CEO, a chief executive officer, that's a C-level title. A CFO, a chief financial officer, that's a C-level title. A COO, a chief operating officer. That's a C-level title. So now let's talk about your specific career. In this graph on the ordinate, we have your career drivers. This is something that you do yourself. And on the abscissa, we have time. So time increases from left to right. So as time goes on, you increase your education. You certainly increase your know-how. And if you put those two things together, as a matter of fact, you will have greater competency. Now, we can actually take all of that and say that as a line, your career development is increasing with respect to time. Now let's take a look at this from a corporate perspective. Every so often, because this is situational, a situation arises in which there is a critical need that the corporation faces. So let me give you 4 examples of critical needs of a corporation. One is an existential problem. That is to say, this is a problem that it has to be solved because the existence of the corporation actually depends on the problem being solved. Another critical need, if you are in the biological sciences, if you're doing a clinical trial, clinical trials are a critical need because the company, the corporation, may depend on the success of the clinical trial. The other one is that the corporation may be facing a regulatory crisis that it has to be solved. The other one is a financial meltdown. Well, these are critical needs that occur once in a while. They are situational. And here is the secret. If your personal achievements can intersect the corporate critical need, and you are the person that solves the problem, or you as a team leader solves the problem, and you have a major impact on the future of the corporation, this is where your career will actually soar and skyrocket. Well, so now let's be a little bit more specific about what kind of a checklist you can have to achieve the success that you aspire to. Well, one, of course, which we already have talked about, is you create solutions for difficult problems, critical needs. The other one is that if you see a critical need, don't go around discussing it, don't start having meetings, don't set up manuals and get consultants. You do it. So you are going to show how to solve it, don't tell. That's what I mean by show, don't tell. And something very important. If you see a critical need and you think that you have the wherewithal to solve it, take the initiative. Don't wait for somebody to give it to you. Don't wait for meetings. Don't wait for your boss to tell you. You take the initiative. Well, let's say that you have taken the initiative. Let's say that as a result of your efforts, you were the one that solved the major problem. Now, what you need to do is to make sure that everybody in the corporation knows that you were the one that did it. Well, that's what I mean by you need to then become the great communicator. So you can tell everybody that you were the one that did it. And here is one last point that I'm going to make in the last slide, which is very important to skyrocket your career. Be the solution provider, not the problem creator. Thank you very much. Do you want to become a multi-millionaire or a multi-billionaire? Then start your own business and become an entrepreneur. Unless you have a rich uncle, I don't know of a better way of achieving your dream. So in order to help you out, I have put together a course entitled Secrets of Entrepreneurship from Soup to Nuts. And in this first page, I am showing you the first 5 lectures. And on the second page, I am showing you the next 5 lectures for a total of 10. This is a digital library. The lectures will come to you streaming at your convenience 24/7. And you can have unlimited viewing, and it's offered to you at only $49.95. In order to purchase the course, you can visit www.zeicherinstitute.com, where you can get all of the 10 college level lectures. They are actually at an MBA level, and every lecture will include the transcript of everything that is talked about, so you don't have to write anything. And if you purchase it now, you will get a free 30-minute personalized consult with your purchase via Zoom. So go right ahead and get started on your journey, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.